How's it going, everybody?
Hi.
If you can't tell, we expanded a bit. We have a much bigger factory now, and we have a periodic table and crazy
Weirdo.
size. Crazy don't like my periodic table. But we have a periodic table, so Crazy can learn her elements better. And we've started filling it in. These are ones that are all gases. That's why they are just wood. I'm going to change them out to trim later. And these are the bottom rows that normally fit into that little bitty hole right there. So that's why they're over here. But today we are going to attempt to make a circuit with a circuit fabricator, a circuit assembler. Crazy has made the circuit assembler. So we have this recipe done by Crazy. She's been working her butt off making machines. And so throw that bad boy up here because it's LV. And everything goes boom. All right, now we want to make the integrated circuit so she can stop having to handcraft these things. So this is the first one we want to look at, which is going to need this phenolic circuit board, which needs wood pulp and glue cells. So the next thing Crazy needs to do is make us a second centrifuge that is just going to do outputting glue. And the way we're going to get this outputting glue is from, one second, I'll show you here. Crazy probably should look this up as well.
What am I looking at?
Look, the glue fluid. If you look up the integrated thing, you'll see the glue cell, and then you can look in the canning machine and get the glue fluid. And if you look in the centrifuge, you put a sticky resin in there. You get the 3 rubber dust, raw rubber dust that we normally get out of the extractor. You also get a 50% chance at a plant ball, which we'll use later for something else. And you get 100 liters of glue. So for every 10 sticky resin, we will get a cell of glue. So that is how we're going to get our glue. Now, what we're also going to do is we have a lot of rubber wood, and we are going to use it in a centrifuge, which we should actually have a second one it as well. And we can put the rubber wood in, which will give us 50% chance at the sticky resin, more of those plant balls, 25% chance at carbon, 25% chance at wood pulp, which Crazy is needing lots and lots of wood pulp, and then methane, which we can turn into power. So this is a great recipe. Usually what I do whenever I need rubber in GT5, instead of going out and raping the trees, as I call it, I actually plant a bunch of them and just go out and cut them all down, because you get a chance of getting the sticky resin when you cut them down. Plus, you can turn them into methane, wood pulp, all that good stuff by centrifuge. So next on the list needs to be 2 centrifuges so we can work with that. Now, the main thing we're setting up today is to do this, we need these integrated logic circuits, which means we need a cutting saw with lubricant at 48 EU, which is more than what we have now. With that integrated logic circuit wafer, that comes from a precision laser engraver with a ruby lens from the wafers that we got out of the Buell thing that Bloody calls an ingot for some reason. And that needs to be 120. So that means we need to start medium voltage things. Crazy has in her inventory that everybody watching her view, which if you want to watch that, click on the description in my video, and the link will be there for her video. But in her inventory, she has what will be our huge power maker, which is a bronze boiler. If she didn't take it out, she probably hid it somewhere in a chest and y'all can't see it.
No, it's in my inventory.
Okay. That's not going to get built today. Today we're going to kind of cheat it a little bit because we don't have all the steel made. So what we're going to do today,
It's gonna set out of my
I ain't even quite sure where that's going to be. But the turbine, you can put that right here.
Right where?
Crazy go. If you were here, right here.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Put that bad boy right there. That is going to make us power. And now we need some wires. You got any wires? We technically just need one. Well, we need to make some wires. Now, best is to use annealed wires. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick these copper, which we could use copper dust, but we're just going to use copper ingots. We're going to stick them in the arc furnace. And that is going to make us annealed copper ingots. See those? Crazy?
I see.
All right. Now, annealed copper is better than regular copper. You can tell I don't do much in this place. I build it, she fills it. That's the way it works. Annealed copper, if you look at the cable loss, is less than the regular copper. That's why we're using the annealed. It's only a 1 loss once you coat it. Now we're eventually going to up these to 8Xs, but just for today, since we have 2 machines, we're going to do one of them at 4X and put both machines on it. Now, here is the big thing. How are you getting lubricant out of here and into there?
I don't know.
How about you grab one of your Ender IO tanks? That would do it. Grab one of your tanks, sit it underneath, make sure it's...
There it is.
I have one of them. She got to it quick. Well, yeah. Alright, so if you put that right here and you wrench this downward, you should be able to put the lubricant right into the tank, and then we can put that into the cutting saw. There you go. We shouldn't need we're going to need a whole lot, but shouldn't need a whole lot right this moment.
So that should be enough?
Yeah, that should be enough.
15.
Now, I did have a comment a few videos back about making this assembler. This is why we were not making it until now. Because you have to have medium voltage stuff to do it. Alright, so you have a cutting saw, a cutting machine, which you need to put on one side of this. And then put your Ender IO tank on top of it. And tell it to... in top of it, side of it, whatever. I like to do things that work with gravity. So that would be on a wire. We cannot put fluid into a wire. Sorry. Not quite the way that works.
Fuck it. It's going down here.
Oh, she's going to fight gravity.
Yep.
Crazy's just too short to reach the top of the machine. That's all it is. All right, so the lubricant's going in there. Now, the first thing we need to do, which I do not like this, I'll state this now, I've never seen this recipe like this before, has to be something new. Ruby lens, which is needed for cutting what we're trying to cut. Okay, and if you look at the crafting for it, you can do an exquisite ruby at 24 EU, which gives you 2 ruby dust and the ruby lens, or the old way of doing it, a ruby plate, which gives you 1 and a small, but it is now a high voltage recipe. Never that way before. And the only way to get the plate is to make an entire block and cut it into 9, which is still a low voltage. So apparently now you have to do a whole lot of sifting, or like Crazy did, get lucky and get an exquisite when you hit a small one.
You actually got this.
Try to give you credit for something. You just can't take it. Get over here.
What? The lathe is on this side.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I was trying to cut it. Sorry about that. Alright, so you got your lens?
Yes.
Alright, so now the thing that's going to go on the other side is the precision laser engraver. And this is going to be where you put your lens in. Now, do you have any of your wafers left that we can actually try to make this thing?
I think.
Can see. There's 5. All right, so we're gonna make one of these. We have to cut it first, right? Or no, we gotta engrave it first. Let's see if we got steam building up in here. Oh, yeah. All right, so you looking in here? Put that in there, and hopefully we got enough steam coming through here that it can get through this process. We made a battery because we didn't make a battery box yet. So, hoping it's gonna, nope, we're gonna have to do the battery thing. So you're gonna have to stick the battery in there, let it charge, unfortunately. No, we're not trying to engrave the battery.
I know.
And actually, since I disabled the machine, we're going to put this over here and let it charge over there. Now, tomorrow, when we actually have enough time to get everything done, we're going to set up that big ass boiler, and then we won't have an issue with that because we're going to be sending a lot of steam through the system. We're going to have to redo most of our steam stuff here. But is this filling up these batteries right now? Here, let's do this. Let's steal a battery out of there. Turn this back on. That'll let it run since we had...
Don't touch that pipe, it's hot.
Yeah, you know that? You really shouldn't have that running across the floor like that. I don't know what person thought this was a good idea.
I'm looking at it right now.
I bet you are too. Just trying to save you stuff. Alright, so we're trying to make the integrated circuit, regular one. And we're making this integrated logic circuit right now, which will give us 8 of these when we cut it. And then next thing we have to work on is this SMD resistor. So you're going to need carbon and fine electrum wire. So you're going to have to make some electrum, and this is going to need polyethylene. Crazy's going to love this part. So guess what? We're going to get your wafers done, and you're still not going to be able to do this. Let's go ahead and steal the battery out of this one and switch it to this one. Go ahead and make those. Throw this back in here and let it charge back up. So this is the first step to making these new circuits. I'll work on the SMDs tomorrow because we have to set up a way of making polyethylene.
Great.
Anybody that knows anything about Greg Tech knows polyethylene can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, depending on how you can get oil.
Integrated logic circuit. Did you see that?
Yes, I've seen that.
Okay.
So there's your integrated logic circuit and how you make your first ones. Now, I do believe those also work for the good one. Oh no, they actually need integrated logic circuits, not just the thing. You need the whole integrated logic circuit, not just the... Why do you got them with the same name? I don't understand that.
What are you talking about?
If you look at the recipe for the good integrated circuit, it needs the integrated logic circuit, the actual circuit we're trying to make. But the thing you just made is called an integrated logic circuit, not a integrated logic circuit plate, which is what I would think it should be called. So your good circuits, which is your medium voltage stuff, is now going to take 3 circuits instead of
That's
4.
weird.
Yeah, I know. And then it's going to take fine gold wire, SMDs, and these plates that we just talked about how we're going to make. Now, you can also do it with resistors if you want to make the resistors rather than the SMDs. Can we do that with the... We use resistors for these? Oh, we can. We can make a circuit today, Crazy.
Why?
Oh, no, we can't because we don't have the glue.
We don't have the glue.
If we had the glue, we could make it today because you could use resistors.
I could make glue in the centrifuge we already had.
If you want to try it, go for it. Because Crazy's really getting tired of the whole I gotta make a butt ton of paper stuff. So this is gonna make Crazy happy if she can just make it in this. But remember, where's your fluid extractor? You gotta get your soldering alloy in there.
And where?
Into the circuit assembler.
You said 10, right?
Yeah, it should take 10 of them to get one. And you're going to have to put the tank down here to catch it. It's not going to go in that cell.
Why not?
Because it's going to go right here in the output of the thing.
It should go in the cell.
Nope, that's not the way this works.
Yeah.
You got to have a canning machine for that. Or cheat like we are and use a tank. Now, technically, you know, or I shouldn't say technically, eventually we will set it up proper with a canning machine that'll automatically can it. But since we're trying to do things early, we're going to do things easy. So once you get that thing to automatic output fluid.
I did. Why isn't it going down?
Do you have this thing configured to do something on the top? No. It's on none, not disabled. Take the item out so it's not filling with raw rubber here. And now it went down. Where'd it go?
I don't know. Really?
Crazy, you just put it in there because you didn't have this turned off. Apparently you have this, yep, to push out that side.
We'll fix that.
So let's turn that off so it's not doing that anymore. Now you're going to have glue stuck in your assembler until you plunger it, I think, or just pick it up and put it back down. So now you're going to need however much you shoved in there, which is 7 of them. You have to do 7 more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm too tired for this.
Yeah. We know. Now you got wood pulp ready to go for this. You're going to need 8 of those.
Yep.
Okay. So grab you 8 wood pulp. And you have resistors already made up or ready to be made up. You got 2, we need 3. So let's go ahead and pull 3 out of here. I got them. So we're going to put these. Also need wafer thing that you've got, or the circuit that you got, and we're going to need 4 fine red wire. Those out of here, or fine copper wire, not red wire. That'll go in there. I'm going to go ahead and make up the tin cable that we're going to need to hook up the fluid extractor. 2, 3. And even though we don't need it, it's still going to be an 8x one like everything else, just to make sure when we need another one, we have one. Because we're going to be moving all of this stuff around. Once we get the medium voltage hooked up properly, we're actually going to be taking this one out and probably putting in a transformer. So that'll take just a little bit of work to get all that stuff ready. And that'll be just a happy day for Crazy.
Okay, so what am I doing with this now? This glue?
You need to put it into a cell. Oh, wait a minute. This is tin wire. You can't coat it. If you put that back down on the ground, the tank down, you should be able to click it with the cell and pick the glue up out of it. Let you do it. There you go. And then put that into a crafting grid with your 8 wood pulp.
Oh. Oh, well.
I'm going to use the same crafting grid to make good old vanilla crafting grids.
Does it work?
What doesn't work?
Oh, I did it wrong. It works.
Say it so does work. Alright, where's your fluid extractor?
What are you talking about?
You made a fluid extractor.
No, I did. Did I?
Yeah, you did. I know you did. I know you made one. You made it a few days ago. Because I told you were going to need it for this. Where'd you put it?
Oh, what joy.
Trying to figure out where Crazy loses this stuff at. This is always fun. But I have no idea what you did with it.
Did I ever make it?
I swore you did. You were talking about making the pump for it. You got a pump laying around here somewhere? Did you never finish making it?
I don't think I ever made it.
Well, if you never made it, we got a problem because we can't put the soldering alloy in there without one.
But I could have swore I made it.
I swore you did too, but us swearing ain't doing a daggone bit of good here. I know you weren't happy about having to make the pump for it, or 2 pumps for it. I can't remember what it is.
I made a fluid solidifier.
That was way before you were supposed to make the extractor.
Huh.
Alright, so bring your other stuff back over here and put it in here, and we'll just say it should work if Crazy made the right machine. So there's the circuit boards, there's the integrated logic circuit, the resistor, and the fine copper. Crazy ever makes this machine she should have made.
Let me check in my backpack. Oh,
Why would
what do
you-
you know? I made it.
You've been carrying it around in your backpack. All right, how about you put that thing up here so we can get this done? All right, you need to face it down here, and we need an ingot of soldering alloy. You still have some of that laying around.
Yes.
Oh, crazy. Crazy.
Oh.
What are we going to do with you when you're tired? All right, so there you go. You're making your first automated circuit.
Hallelujah.
There you go. Integrated logic circuit, the basic circuit. Congratulations. You have made your first basic circuit without having to use a stupid crafting grid.
Yes.
Now you got to get a whole lot of silicon so you can make a whole lot of them buells, which is good because then you're going to have a whole lot of oxygen you can use to make steel. So
Oh,
we need to turn a lot of that cobble into sand.
Yep.
So we're going to set that up hopefully tomorrow. We're going to make an automated way just to make sand.
Okay.
So see you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe next time Crazy won't be so tired.
Bye.
Bye.